Good morning and welcome back to my channel. My name is Julie and my channel name is Foxy Arrow Designs. In this series, I'm doing probably a 3 to 4 part series where I'm bringing you along on market prepping for my upcoming market in November. On November 16th, it is the Oddities Market here in my local hometown of Florida. So I posted a video last week of what I've kind of accomplished in the first week of market prepping. In last week's video, I signed up for the market. This is a Sunday market for, 12 to 4 p.m. I have it up right here on my computer, 12 to 4 p.m. on a Sunday. Setup time is between 10 to 12, and then load out is 5 to 6. And just to recap real quick, I won't go over everything before, but this market is an indoor market in an auditorium. It will be air conditioning, and it will probably be, I wonder how many vendors. I wonder if he'll tell me. Let's look. Let's see if I can figure out how many vendors. I don't know if I told you that last time. I think I did. Let's see. About 63 vendors. That's how many tables it's setting up. And I apologize in advance. My voice is kind of raspy this morning. I've been up since 4 a.m. and I just woke up and couldn't get back to sleep. And so I've just been up just working on things. Excuse me. I've been updating my YouTube channel, Foxy Arrow Designs. It's kind of it's not kind of, it is a brand new startup channel from ground zero, no subscribers, all of that. I did have another channel that I was working on this morning, and that was more of a thrifting channel. I updated the name of that. It's Foxy Arrow, so they're kind of the same. I decided to start a new YouTube channel for this crochet content because, I don't know, at first I didn't want to mix everything, but now that I think about it, I think I'm going to have 2 channels. This one's going to be solely crochet content, the Foxy Arrow Designs YouTube channel. And then I'm going to keep my other one. I didn't have many subscribers. I think I had over 100. Again, that was a newer channel as well. But I think I'm going to use that other channel for like everything, like a lifestyle vlog, crochet, what's going on in my life, thrifting. I'm planning on moving here in the future, so I'll take you along with that. So that's just going to be a lifestyle vlog of everything that goes on in my life, just to kind of keep track of it. And it's more of like a diary for myself, so I can go back and look over the years. So take a look at that. I think I will have that noted in the video description below. So if you could follow both, if you're interested, that would be awesome. Like I said, I'm trying to build up both channels just for something to do to keep myself busy. But today's video is part of that series of market prepping for the upcoming Oddities Market. And I just wanted to share with you what I've been working on the last few days and what my plan is for the next few days. I plan on having this video out next Monday or Tuesday. So let's just jump into it. So what have I been working on? So I have a lot of whips going on. I haven't really finished a whole bunch. So something I found online was a really cute granny square pattern, and it's a skull. So since this is an Oddities Market, I'm trying to do kind of spooky patterns, things like that. So I found this really cute skull granny square, and I have one of them mostly done, and it's pretty big actually. I could get out I could measure it really quick. Where's my thing? Here, let me see. It's larger than a normal granny square, like your typical granny square. This is approximately, if I block it, probably 6.5 inches. Yeah, 6.5 by 6.5, 6.5 by 6. 6.5 wide by 6 tall. Very cute. So my plan with this, I still have to put the teeth, kind of like a line of black here with little marks on it. I still have to do that part, but I have this one mostly finished. I have to just tuck in my ends. And then I started a second one. My plan for now, we'll see if that actually happens, is to finish 2 of these, and then I'm gonna put them back to back and make a little purse. That's my little boy Boone. Sorry, he's crying because he's bored. He just came in from outside chasing squirrels. And my old man pup Tex is now growling at him because he's grumpy. So sorry if you hear my dogs in the background. So anyway, so I'm gonna do 2 of these squares, and I think I'm gonna just put them together and make a little kind of small purse style bag, like a crossbody purse that you can just throw your phone and maybe some keys in. I thought that would be cute. So I'm working on that. What else have I started this week? Oh yeah, I gave you a teaser when I ended the last video, so that was one of the patterns I was working on. The second one that I'm going to start is, and I haven't started this one yet, so this is on my to-do list. And I ran out of ink, so this printing is really bad. So it is the Plague Doctor pattern. And this is Essex the Plague Doctor. And the pattern is by Creature Made. I found this on Etsy. I thought that would be super cool for the market. So I'm gonna start on that this weekend. And then, I don't have this one printed out, but I'm sure you all are aware of this pattern. It's Anchor the Octopus. So I started that, and it's not the mini version. So little back history. I bought both the mini Anchor and the full-size Anchor the Octopus. And who is that by? I should have that in here in my little listing. I'll list all of the patterns in the Google Doc in the link below. I don't have all of these memorized, but anyways, I bought this pattern probably a year ago, and I started the mini Anchor, and the way the pattern is written is that you have to start with the under part of the tentacles. And I don't know what my problem was. Like I said, I started that probably a year ago, and I just got really frustrated with it. My stitch count was off. I couldn't get it. You start with a chain, and my chain just kept twisting, and so I got really frustrated. I think I made maybe 3 to 4 under parts of the tentacles, and then I gave up. I never picked the pattern back up. It's in my whip tote right now, and I haven't touched it. Fast forward, I decided, I've always wanted to do it. I love the pattern. I love the way it looks. It's just, I know that it's a bigger pattern, and it's gonna take a lot of concentration and some effort. So I picked it back up, but I told myself, if I'm gonna do Anchor the Octopus, I'm not doing the mini one this time. Like, I wanna do the big one. It's like, go big or go home, right? So that is what I started. And I don't know what it was, but it was so much better this time. It was great. All I had to do was, I had to use some extra stitch markers to just mark my stitches, because you start with a chain and then it's a bunch of bobbles and half double crochets. And so what I had to do, so I wouldn't lose my mind, was just plan out like the next 8 to 10 stitches with stitch markers, so I knew exactly where each half double crochet would go, or each bobble stitch would go. And then also my chain wouldn't get so twisted that I didn't know where I was trying to put things. So that helped tremendously. So this is as far as I got. But again, this is way farther than I got last time, so I'm super excited. I got all 8. You have to make 8 tentacles. And I have all 8 of the under parts done, which again, I didn't get any farther. I mean, this is farther than what I got last time when I tried the mini octopus, but this time, this is the farthest I've gotten. So I have no idea what the rest of the pattern entails, but I'm very excited to get this far. And I thought that could be a really great statement piece for my market table, which is just an 8-foot table at this market coming up November 16th. And so I figured between Anchor the Octopus and then the Plague Doctor, those would be my most expensive large patterns that I would be kind of showstoppers, bring people to my table. We talked about this before, where the people shopping this market is probably within like the $5 to $20 range, These obviously will be above that, but I thought they could be showstoppers. And if they don't sell, that's totally fine. I could sell them online, keep them, or even put them in my antique booth that I showed you in the last video. So those are the two main pieces that I'm working on, my two main large pieces. I don't know if I'm gonna have much time or patience to do any other large patterns. So that is that. What else? I'm trying to figure out if there was any other pattern that I wanted to mention. I don't think so. So a few other little small items that I was working on for the market are, here you can see this basket back here. So I have a bunch of mini chicken bodies made. So this larger chicken body is Mabel the chicken, and then these tiny little ones are basically just a smaller version of that. So I only have one body. I still need to put on the beak and the eyes and then the comb and stuff it. So I have one little body, and this is in the Bernat tweed, kind of dark gray, black color. All of the yarn and all of the items that I'm showing you right now is Bernat blanket. That's kind of my go-to yarn these days. So, oh, before I forget, so for Anchor the Octopus, I'm gonna do this dusty purple on the bottom, and then the main part of the body I was gonna do in this pretty dusty blue. I know my lighting is horrible right now. And this is country blue. I can't remember what the purple's called. It's some weird name. So this is gonna be the main color. So between this and then the little hint of purple I thought would be beautiful. Okay, back to chickens. So I'm going to do a bunch of different Mabel chickens in all of the Bernat tweed colors. I love those. They look like chickens or speckled. Great color options there. And then a bunch of other like speckled colors. I might do a few fun ones this time too. So I have, they're really pretty. Again, I don't know what these are all called. I can't remember. If you have questions about any of these colors that I'm using in any of these patterns, just drop a comment and then I will let you know what I'm using. But it is all Bernat blanket. So I'm gonna use those. What else do I got? I got a gray. I got a little baby dark one in that same tweed color as the big one. I think that's it. So I got a bunch of those. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, about 13 to 15 mini chicken bodies made, and then one regular size. So I'm gonna make a bunch of these. These sell really well in my antique booth. And last year when I did the oddities market, everybody loved the chickens. Even they're not spooky or anything like that. They loved it in the bigger version. I'm gonna do this mini version, and then I'm also gonna do keychains. So I'll have like 3 different versions that people can pick from. So I got that. And then also I did a little leggy frog. I got it in this color and this color. So this is kind of like a dusty, what color is this? I actually have these here. So this one is a misty green in Bernat. I love this color. And then this one is forest sage. And these are both very soft to use. So I have 2 completed ones, and then I have one almost complete. So I'm gonna make a bunch of these as well. I can't decide if I wanna do these in any other colors besides kind of like a green. I don't know if I wanna do crazy colors like pink and blue and yellow and orange. What do you guys think? I haven't tried to sell them in any other color. I have sold these in my booth, in my antique booth, but I only did this color and then like a darker green. I didn't even bring this one. So let me know what you think. Should I do them in all different colors, or do you think people will like more of these natural colors? I'm not sure. So I have that. What else? I think that's about it. That's my status update. It's Friday, like I said. I've been up super early, just updating my YouTube channels, getting a couple videos loaded on both of them. Let me know if you guys have any questions or if you have suggestions on other things I should make for my market. I did add to my list, wherever that list is, I'm gonna make, we talked about possums. I'm gonna make rats. Rats are great sellers even in my booth. I don't think I brought those last year, so I'm gonna make some rats in different colors like gray, white. I'm gonna make, I know Stacy makes a skunk. I brought that and that sold last year, so I'll probably make a skunk. Just kind of like the oddball critters, and then a few kind of cutesy things. Mostly small makes. I think that's my target of what I'm gonna work on for this market. But that's kind of my update for today. I might check in this weekend. If not, I'll definitely check in on Monday and kind of give you an update of what I've worked on the whole weekend. And then we'll get the video out on Monday or Tuesday. Uh-oh, do you hear Boone? He's out barking at the neighbor walking by. All right, I'm gonna let you go. I will talk to you soon. Good morning. Today is Tuesday, November 4th. I don't know why I'm whispering. I'm just drinking my coffee and I'm gonna wrap up this video for this week's market prep. And I just wanted to hop on really quick and let you know what I've accomplished in the last couple of days. And I have my notes down here, so if you see me kind of looking down, I kind of made some talking points so I don't start rambling too much. Something that I did wanna let you know, so all of this is for the oddities market. I've mentioned that a million times. And so a couple days ago, I actually logged on to the website where you purchase your booth. It's all online. And the cool thing about this is that once booth spots are taken, they will tell you what the company name is or the business name that signed up for the spot, and then also a small description of what they're bringing. So I looked a couple days ago and the November market is sold out, which is super exciting. So that's great. I'm still debating on whether I want to do the December market. It kind of depends on a few things. But the November market is sold out. And one of the coolest things is I think I'm the only crochet artist, which is insane because the last time I told you in one of my other videos, last year when I went to the October and November market, I think there were, I don't know, 5 or 6 crochet artists, and I was surrounded by them, which is great. I mean, I don't care. I am one of those people that the more the merrier. I'm kind of doing this for fun, so it's not my full-time job or anything like that. So it doesn't bother me if there's other competition. But again, I'm really excited that I think I might be the only crochet artist for the November market. I didn't see any business name mention anything about crochet, or even just reading the descriptions of what they do carry. It doesn't really make sense for them to have crochet. I mean, maybe they will. But anyways, I just wanted to let you know. So that's really exciting. So let's get into the patterns that I've finished in the last couple of days. So I was watching a bunch of YouTube videos and getting ideas about what I could make, some other things to add to my list, and I kind of got off track and made a couple things, which is what I'm going to show you first. So I do want to make some different small items, either for like a $5 bin or for a keychain or a bag charm. So I found this cute little pattern. I was watching a YouTube video. It's a little cardinal, and let's see. It's on Instagram for free, Mystically Yours Crochet, and it's a cardinal. And the only thing I did modify it. I can't decide if I like the little tuft on the top or no tuft. So the pattern is written with no tuft, and it is supposed to be a little bit smaller. So what I did do is this one, I pretty much followed the pattern to a T, except for that I did add an extra row of single crochets. So just imagine if I followed the pattern exactly, this would be even shorter, even smaller. Very cute, little wings. So this one did the same thing, added a row, and then I added just a little tuft on the top for like the cardinal mohawk. I think I like this, so I think I'm gonna add the little tuft on this one as well. Here in Florida, we get so many cardinals. I have so many cardinal families in my backyard. My backyard's right here, and I have 4 different bird feeders and a hummingbird feeder. And so we get hummingbirds and, like I said, all different kinds of birds, and cardinals are one of my favorite birds. We probably have 12 different families, so like 12 different pairs of males and female cardinals that come to visit every single day, so it's really cool. So nice. I love cardinals. I think I'm gonna add a tuft to this one and then make some with little keychains and make some without. So that is a really cute pattern, very quick, very easy. The little wings are crocheted into the round. Definitely recommend this pattern. And again, I'm gonna have all of these listed in the Google Doc. Then I was looking for little bug patterns, and I've always wanted to make a ladybug and I never have. I think it's because all of the patterns that I've seen, I haven't bought one. This one is also a free pattern on Instagram. When I copied the pattern and saved it in my files, I didn't put the maker, so I'll look at that. I'll look that up once I get off and add it to the Google Doc. But it is a free Instagram pattern. It is no-sew. It did take me quite a while. It's really cute. Everything's crocheted into the round. This is a big bobble stitch. I really like it. I don't know, it just wasn't my favorite to make, so I might make just a couple more of these just to have some. It's a little bit too big for a keychain or a bag charm, so I'll probably just have this in like a smaller bin, smaller priced bin. But I do like that. So I finished just one of those. What else do I have on my list? Okay, so then I told you I wanted to make some rats and possums. So mind you, these still need ears, so these are not finished. The only thing I need to do is add the ears on these three little guys. So they're kind of small, but they're pretty good size. I have 3 of them. And this is actually a possum pattern. It's a free pattern on Instagram by JM_adorable plushies. And again, it's their possum pattern that I followed to a T. I don't think I made any modifications. I do still need to go back on and surface crochet the ears, which is how it is in the pattern. So I need to add ears to all of those. And the only thing I've done is I didn't do all the color changes. I just did the pink for the nose, bobble feet, tail. I'll do pink ears, and I didn't do the color changes for the possum. So this is a cute little size. I can price these a little bit lower. So I have 3 white rats, almost done. And then, I can't remember if I showed you the snakes. So I did have 2 snakes in my booth that I was planning on bringing to the market if they didn't sell in my antique booth, but they did. So I have no snakes except for the ones I just made in the last couple of days, which is fine. Because the other snakes that I've had for a really long time, and I think I actually had them from last year's market. So I have 3 different snakes, and I didn't write down the pattern name, but again, it will be in the Google Docs. I have one like this guy. And then I have this colorway, and I did put safety eyes in here. The other snakes that I had in my booth, I think I embroidered the eyes. I'll probably embroider the eyes on a couple more that I make just so I do have some baby safe options. So all of this is in Bernat blanket. Everything I've showed you so far is in Bernat blanket. I did want to show you, I got this really pretty variegated yarn from Walmart. And oh, I didn't bring the color, that one here, but super, very, very soft. I do not stuff the body. I do stuff the head. I use a 6 millimeter hook on everything that I'm showing you. I don't stuff the body, only stuff the head. This was a variegated from Walmart. And what was crazy is they had the same Bernat blanket, probably 6 skeins of them. And this was the only soft one. I've noticed that usually the Bernat blanket that's made in, I believe it was India, is a softer material than the ones made in China. So I grabbed the one skein that was the softest. So this was very nice to work with. And then these 2, I got a couple skeins from Michael's that I want to show you because I've never seen these before. I don't know if they're new, but they're these like granny square skeins. And then I got this one. I'm sure you've all heard if you buy skeins that have these granny squares, granny square, whatever I'm trying to say. It's really hard to actually get the granny square to come out like this. You have to have the perfect tension and perfect size, all of that stuff. I don't really mess with that, but I thought this would be really cute for snakes, which is the only reason I bought it. This darker colorway here is called Asphalt. It's not very exciting. And then this one, which is really pretty, which I thought was really pretty fall colors, is Honeycomb. That's a cuter name. FYI on this, and I think somebody else had mentioned this in their video, which is where I got the idea of finding this, is that every color is kind of tied together. It's not one continuous strand of yarn. So at every color change in both of these skeins, it's not even tied, it's like twisted together. Anytime I come into a knot where like a piece is broken and tied, or in this case kind of curled together, I usually cut it and then I tie a knot. And in these sort of projects where you can hide that knot, I'm totally fine with that. Now, if I was making a granny square, I would still do the same thing because I wouldn't trust that little weave that they did, like I said, it wasn't even a knot, would hold. So again, if you were going to use that for your granny squares, if you chose to do that, you would still, I would think, need to kind of cut it at each color, tie a knot, and then weave in your ends, which is kind of what I've had to do with other granny square projects, so that's not a big deal for me. But I chose to make snakes, which I think they came out really cute. I guess in my mind, I thought the stripes were going to be a little shorter, but it's okay. I like it. I'll probably make a few more snakes since I only have 3 at the moment, but really easy pattern. This is one where I kind of have to pay attention to the pattern until I get past the head. And then I literally just don't even like think about it for the rest. And then you just decrease. So I did make these about the same size. All of these are about the same size, which I think is like maybe, I don't know, a couple feet. So I got those. And then something that I have on my hook right now is another wrap pattern. I've made this pattern before and it's always sold. This is going to be a bigger rat, and this pattern is actually made for a rat. It's by, who is this by? Oh, QB Crochet. So QB Crochet has some really cute rat and possum patterns. Sorry, I'm picking off fuzz and everything. Have a bunch of different possum patterns, rat patterns, small, big, all different sizes. I love her patterns. This is a paid pattern off of Etsy, which will be linked below. So this is probably going to be, I don't know, about here, and then it's going to have a long tail. So I'm going to make a few of these in the gray color. I might make in like a light brown baby sand and Bernat baby blanket, and then I'll also probably make a couple white ones. So I really like this. You actually crochet everything. Everything is crocheted into the round, including the ears, which I really like that because then I don't have to go back and add it. I find that like for the white rats that I did, it's like I like doing the main part of the body, but then I have like no patience to go back and add the tail and add the ears. Like I don't know why I do that. Like even for this little cardinal, I have to add a tuft. Like it takes 2 seconds, but I just don't want to do it. Anyways, this one is all start to finish. So when you're done with the tail, you're done with the project, which is great. So I'm working on that right now. And then I'm really, really excited to show you one of my big showstopper items that I'm going to bring to this market. It was Anchor the Octopus. I believe I told you in my last video that I purchased the mini anchor and the regular size anchor probably over a year ago. Started the mini anchor. I don't think I was in the right headspace, got frustrated with it, didn't make it past the tentacles, and I never picked it up again. Well, this time I actually went and tried the bigger anchor, the octopus, and he's finished and he looks super, super cool. Honestly, I thought he was gonna be bigger, but I did use Bernat blanket and a 6mm hook. So if I would have used a bigger hook, maybe it would have come out a little bit bigger, but oh my gosh, do you see this? How cute I mean, I guess he is kind of big here. Let me see if I can like back up just a little. Is that not the coolest thing you've ever seen in your life? I know you've probably seen this on other channels and things like that, but oh my God, I'm so happy with myself. Honestly, he took quite a while, like a while. I probably spent, oh my gosh, I don't even know, probably 4 hours, which I know sounds ridiculous, 3 or 4 hours just on the tentacles, and then another 2 to 3 hours on the back end. I watched a video, what was it, last week, and somebody who said that they made it in 3 hours start to finish. I mean, I must be a really slow crocheter. Also, I get really distracted. Like I'll do something and then I like get distracted and I don't know, I want to try something different, especially with these tentacles, because you have to do the under part, the bobbles, you make all 8 of them, and then you have to go back and make a strip, connect them all, and then you kind of start from, you know, start from here and then go up. There is some sewing involved. You do have to make this back hump and sew it onto the body. And then also, look how cute that is. The under part, the underbelly, you do have to crochet that separately and also sew it on. I think I did pretty good. I am not a good sewer at all when it comes to crochet. I tend to choose patterns that are no sew because I don't do very well. Honestly, I think I did really good on this. I think this project here gave me the confidence that maybe I can do sewing projects. So I love him so much. So this was in a country blue, and this was in that auburn. Oh, I posted it on my Instagram. It's like, it starts with an A, but it's a dusty purple for the underbelly and the tentacles. But I love him. Honestly, now that I've done him once, I kind of want to do another one. If I have time to do another one for my market, I want to do it in like a dusty brick red and then a kind of vintage white on the bottom. So I love him. I'm probably going to do another one. And I feel like if I'm going to do it, I should probably just do another big one versus the mini one, right? Right? Yeah, I think so. So that's what I've made in the last week. I don't think I've been missing anything. If I am, I'll throw it in the next week's video, but that's everything I've kind of accomplished in the last few days. I have not started the Plague Doctor pattern. That is my next big pattern that I want to start. I want to get some of these smaller items done first early this week because I only have this week and next week. And then my market is basically, in 2 weekends, not this weekend, but the following on the Sunday. So just knowing how I am, I want to get a lot of my small items like the must makes that I want done early this week, mix in some larger projects, go to my booth probably next Monday. I'll probably leave my crochet items in my booth through the weekend, this weekend, and then pull them on Monday so that I can bring them home, see what I have, tag everything. And next week, kind of, my goal is to try to have most of my crochet things done by Monday or Tuesday. And then all I have to do is try to find my market stuff because it's all packed away. I'm kind of in the process of getting ready to move. So I need to find all of my display things for the market. I know it's all in one tote. Find that, see what I have, and then have next week to price, go through my inventory, update Square, do a mock setup, all of that stuff, which I will bring you along for the ride. I'm going to bring you along for all of it. So from today through the end of the week will be kind of more market crochet makes. And then next week's video will be basically kind of that inventory, everything I just discussed. And then I'll probably have that be its own separate video, and then I'll do a market video, and I'll try to video as much as I can for the actual market and kind of give you an idea of like what it all entails, what my setup looks like, all of that. So I think that's it for this week's video. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Thank you for all of my new subscribers. I know that I've added, this channel started out as a thrifting channel, a couple years ago, and I've kind of decided to mix it all into one. I did realize that I can't post the same videos on 2 different channels, so I've decided to have everything, everything about my life on one channel, and I've kind of navigated away from my startup channel for the Foxy Arrow designs. So just FYI, if you're a little confused, everything is going to be on this channel going forward. So I appreciate all the new subscribers in the last week. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. If you like this content and you want to kind of hang out with me going forward for crochet, lifestyle, like I said, I'm going to be moving in the next few months, all of the above, then please consider subscribing and liking this video, and let me know what you're working on. Even if it's not crochet related, drop in the comment, you know, what you've been working on, what you're doing. If you have any questions about yarn, colors, anything, drop it in the comment below. Again, thank you again for hanging out with me, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.